What is sport? Is it enthusiasm? Persistence? Win? On Oxford Dictionary, by definition, sport means an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. I believe sport is a word that could be interpreted differently for each individual. It could be someone's career which they spend their whole life to accomplish. It could be what brings you and your family together to enjoy a nice Saturday morning. It could also be a goal that you keep challenging yourself for mental improvement. The word sport is comprehensive. Therefore, it should be provided with equal opportunity for participation among all groups of people that identify themselves in different ways. Misunderstanding of this concept could lead to discrimination based on gender, races, and sexuality. Although racism and discrimination is not accepted in the society, in fact, there are still a lot of underlying discrimination against people with color, female, and other minority groups of people. One of the ways is through differentiated media reports. By this, I mean a different attitude of reporting towards certain groups of people. As we have discussed in class, there is a racial bias in news reports. Black people are more likely to be depicted as lawbreakers and perpetrators. Black people are more often shown being restrained by police officers, handcuffed, poorly dressed. Black people are more likely to be shown as guilty versus innocent. A 2004 study examined the extent that individuals' memories of photographs in news stories reflects a stereotypical criminal finding. Participants' descriptions included Afrocentric features, aggression, criminality, and violence, and the picture is shown as a black person. This reflects a maladaptive stereotype of understanding of black people. Other examples of maladaptive stereotypes could involve females. When people talking about amazing performances of athletes, most oftenly the first image came up would be a male and muscularity. rarely people's first impression would be femininity. Maladaptive stereotypes comes from lack of knowledge of certain groups, so people try to approach everything in the simplest, most non-conscious way. That is not always true. In the video we've seen in class, the little boy is asked to fight like a girl, run like a girl. He acted in a stereotypical way, which might be offensive to girls without realizing it's insulting girls until the journalist asked him what about his sister? Was he intentionally insulting his sister? No, people won't do such things to someone they love. But his behavior demonstrates that in his subconscious, he has received a stereotype image of how a typical girl would fight, would run. This information could come from social media, friends, and even some other family members. Social norms like this might have a negative impact on girls, resulting them to have less confidence for themselves to participate in sports they like. To prevent racism, discrimination from happening, one of the most effective ways is through education. Perspective of life and the way of treating other people who are different from oneself is rooted in a person's through education. Dr. Alvin Logan is a great example of athlete activism. He is using his knowledge about intersectionality, sports equality, and himself as a role model, gently fighting against discrimination.
Your presence is a gift. Your presence is talking to somebody else about it. So carve in that space to be you. Having presentations, putting on different pieces, tabling, doing what you need to do so that the campus recognizes you are there and they're not treating you like Ralph Ellison said, the invisible man. It's how you have to do it to be comfortable, to be present, and to make sure that the space that's carved out in the predominantly white institutions can mirror what happens at HBCUs, can mirror what happens in those predominantly black environments.
From my experience, studying is a process of shaping my own view of the world, society, and my own life, especially in college. When people have a better understanding of the world they are living, they could start to impact others around them, forming a web where all of us are interconnected. No biased judgment based on the person's race, gender, sexuality, or whatever ways people identify themselves could stand. And I believe that time is coming soon.